Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Another cloudy day, hazy day. Now, if the background seems to be a little bit on the fuzzy side, it's because I am pinpoint focused right here. Yeah. Now, this, let's see, how can I say this without offending anybody? Maybe I should be offending myself. Now, for those of you who were, you might say, irked by the fact that I did not seem to be too concerned about the fact that my radar screen here was a little bit crooked. In fact, it was a lot crooked. It did not go on the way I had planned. And some of you thought that I was just going to leave it like that. Well, I didn't. Early this morning, I came back to the model table and I sat here and I looked at it and I broke it off and I re-glued it back on and I've repainted it. Okay, I think now we are finally done with step 35, for sure. So I'm going to find a nice safe place to put this thing. And yeah, let's move on here. Step 36. We're gonna be dealing with this. At least that's the plan. We'll see how it goes today. I don't know how far we're gonna get, and I know I say that a lot. I always say I don't know how far we're gonna get because I've learned the hard way that it takes probably 3 times longer to get through these steps than I think it's going to. Yeah, you keep running into little problems like the radar thing is crooked. Well, it's better now, and also that really tiny little antenna thing that we put on yesterday, I just gave it a slight bend over, and it's pretty much level now. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at this now, and you notice that railing that goes around the outside down here. You notice it's kind of crooked there. I think I must have accidentally grabbed onto it and squeezed it or something. Maybe I will try and just straighten that. I'll just do it off camera because I'll probably end up breaking it off and make a big mess. And more people will be irked. Anyway, let's get ourselves reorganized here and find out what all the parts we need. We've beginning of 36 here. We've already got this glued together, so that's done. Then we move over a little bit, and there's that radar screen thing. Well, we've got 2 of those made. We only need 1 of them for step 36. Guess we're going to need the other one further on. A lot of the stuff we've already got made, not painted though necessarily. Yeah, let's stop flapping my lips here and get going. Oh, how many of you caught Corey's metal Yamato that I uploaded early this morning? Yeah, he did a pretty nice job on that. As I mentioned in some of my replies, I think that maybe I could have done it, but I'm also thinking that it seems like it's very fiddly, delicate work. You got to get all your little tabs bent just right to get them to fit through the little slots to lock into place. It's a whole different technology of model building. So Corey, if you're listening, I hope you finish it and send us some really nice high resolution photos. Maybe send the raw files right out of your camera and let me adjust the sharpness and so on. In other words, don't dumb them down. Just send them right out of your camera and don't worry about the files being huge. The huger the better. In fact, this camera that I'm looking at right now, if I shoot stills with it, I think there's something like 40 megabytes big or something each shot. But then you can manipulate it and make it really, really sharp. Now, mind you, your photos were really good. Yeah, thanks. Should I reshoot this? This is not coming across the way I intended. I don't want to offend anybody. Okay. Uh, yeah. Let's get going here. A little while later, when I was sitting in front of my computer here, and I was just sort of thinking about this, how many megabytes does my camera use for each shot? When I have it set for its reasonably best. And so I snapped a picture of the screen here. Well, as you can see, it's a lot. It's big. Yeah, I can remember years ago when I was going to upgrade my computer and I was talking about getting a 200 megabyte hard drive. Wow, if you had a 200 megabyte hard drive, you really had something. Just to think 4 or 5 of these shots would fill that that hard drive. How things change. Yeah, boy, how things change. Especially me. Okay, as mentioned at least once before, we've done that. We've done that. Right there. We need the R9 and the F9. Okay. This is the only thing on this sprue that is shaped like that, so this has got to be it. Alright. And on this sprue, this is the only thing that's left on it. So it's got to be it. Yeah. Another ornament for the wall. Okay. Clearly the small slot is for this one. And the large slot is for this one. And there's 2 ways we can do it, upside down or right side up. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is let gravity be my friend here and just leave it like that. That seems straight, and we will just use the quick setting. And I'm going to apply from underneath. It's probably going to run down just fine here on the sides. Now, before that actually starts to cure, I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on it and just wiggle just very slightly here. Okay, just let me eyeball this here. I want to make sure I've got everything straight. It looks good to me, and we'll be viewing it from the top. You can't even see anything. This is starting to dry already. Did you know that? Okay. Now this one here. Maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to push stop here for a few minutes and just let this dry, and that way I'll be able to lay it over on its back and not need to worry about it slowly pushing out of shape. That's a fairly snug fit. All right. I think once again I'm going to, looks like a little bit of flashing or something there on that. Okay, going to use the quick setting again. And we'll just give it a little bit of a squeeze here, carefully. Okay, what I'll do is now I'm going to just press down a little bit here. I don't want to accidentally push this other part out of shape. That's one of the things I often do. I will be so concentrating so much on this piece, I'll be forgetting about, you know, something on the other side, and then I'll squeeze, and next thing I know, but I think it's probably about as good as it's going to get here. This is obviously not a seam line. I think that's supposed to be there. Probably some kind of bracing or something like that. Okay, I don't think we need to worry about that coming loose. In fact, I could probably just leave it like that and not worry about it. Okay, what is the next part of this step here? The next thing is to put this on. Where's something that I can pick this up with? There's so many places I can't pick it up. All right, now this thing here has another part. Where's Tony's tweezers? I lost them. Well, I guess I'll use these. I'll just be careful here. Okay, so this bracket goes on after we get this other piece painted here, which is going to be hard to pick up here. Okay, after this is painted, probably a darker color, because this whole thing is going to be painted the 19, and I don't think we want to leave this loose so that it rotates, although I'm sure that in, you know, on the real ship, that's what it did. It rotated. I think it's some kind of a rangefinder. Yeah, you can see here where the little doors opened up so that the optics could look out. But we'll just sort of get it affixed in the right place. Actually, I think it could probably go on now. Why couldn't it go on now? Probably because it won't fit in the hole. That's why. I'm gonna have to do this off camera. I'm kind of at an awkward angle here, and I don't want to accidentally break our little railing off. That's the story of my life. Let's try this one. I don't think it's going to take very much. I don't think I need to put it into a drill, into a chuck. I think I'll just twist it here. Now, is that going to do it? Yes. Okay. We are in business. Okay. Now we want to make sure we have this thing twisted the right way. So it's got the railing to the back. So I got it the right orientation. Now that reminds me, one of the viewers mentioned in a comment that he had thought that possibly I had the radar the wrong way here. And it does kind of look like it's the wrong way. It looks like it's facing towards the rear of the ship instead of the front of the ship. But that's the way it is here in the manual. So I just checked a few minutes ago, Jeff. I got it right. Maybe the manual's got it wrong. And we're both wrong. Who knows? Anyway, I think I got this right. So I'm going to use, I think I'll use the quick setting again. Oops. This stuff dries so fast. It dries almost before I can get the part on. Actually, this is probably not the best way to be doing this. Okay, now we just want to make sure that this is square. And I'm sort of eyeballing it here. Be careful with the railing. Let's see, does that look square to you? No, it actually should have a little bit of a twist to the counterclockwise here. There. How's that look? Yeah, I'm looking straight down on it now. That's pretty close. Okay, so now this piece is basically ready to spray, and this part as well. Then this piece here, that will be probably the 77, or maybe the NATO black, so it would really stand out. Yeah, I might do that in the NATO black, but it's definitely going to have to be sprayed. It's too delicate to paint with a brush. Although I probably could. I mean, how do other people do it that that don't have an air? I was going to say an air gun. Oh, good grief, Ron! You can't remember what that thing is? I'll think of it. Okay, I'm just trying to think ahead here. I have a faint recollection of making these. It's like they got a little radar thing in the front there. Like I say, I have a faint recollection of making those, so I think they're ready to go. I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere here in the living room. And we've got to put some photo etch railing on this, but I would like to put it on after I painted probably the 77. And here's two more pieces of railing, and somehow they have a spotlight affixed onto the railing, and then the whole thing, it looks like the whole thing goes down and attaches. Okay, it must attach. Okay, yeah. If you follow this one down, it attaches to the back here, right there. Okay, so now I can see how those are going to go. For a minute there, I thought, is this supposed to be curved or what? To fit on the splinter rail, but no. Okay, yeah, I do believe this part is actually ready to spray, because and I'm just going to have to paint this railing here by hand. Okay, got a bit of an open seam going on there. Wonder if I should maybe try and plug that up, or is that going to be completely hidden by something? Maybe I should just check ahead and see. Okay, if I jump ahead to step 41, you can see that the way this piece is going to drop down here, this crack is going to be visible because this is sort of all open. I know there's a lot of little details in there, but I think what I'm going to try to do is see if I can just fill that up. Okay, that should hold it. And maybe I'll recompose and move in a little closer on that crack here. Now, we bought this tube of putty way back, I think before we started the Bismarck, or around that time. And it's getting kind of dried out here. Oh, maybe not. Now, I'm just trying to smear it in here. Alright, that didn't work too good. Let's try this card. Now, where's my putty? There it is. Alright, let's let that dry. I'll be able to chip this off afterwards. Main thing is that I don't want to start messing around with it now because I'll probably end up getting it out of the crack. So we'll let that dry and put the macro lens on. Okay, what have we got here now? Is this dry? Yeah, I think so. I'm just going to see if I can scrape that off of there. Well, maybe we're going to have to sand it off. I have to sand this anyway. That tapping you hear, that's the other end of this clamp banging on the table. We're loading up our sanding stick, maybe? Okay, let's use a finer one. As you can tell, I'm no expert at this, but at least I think we filled up the crack, didn't we? Okay, I'm going to just take a fine sanding stick now and I'm going to lick my finger here and just quickly go down it. And that's not going to look too bad, actually. That's going to look all right once it's painted. I just got an email from Amazon to let me know that my e-bike has been shipped. I am so excited. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you know what happens. Yeah, ever since COVID-19 hit, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I get a coffee visitor. Now, I know this past winter, I didn't get a coffee visitor because my visitor was in Mazatlan. However, we did keep in touch via Skype Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Anyway, yeah, he's going to be coming over here in about an hour, less than an hour, I guess. And, yep, less than an hour, all being well. And I got to do the final edit yet, so I got to wind it up here and scurry into the computer and try not to... Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Remember yesterday's episode was late? Well, yeah, I had another coffee visitor come over, and normally what I do is I proof my video. Well, I got about halfway into it, and then I cut it off. It turned out that I had made a rather serious mistake in my editing, and my final edit, and I didn't know it until after he left, and then I watched the rest of it. And I had two video files, one on top of the other. So, well, you only got to see the one, but you heard the voiceover and whatever for both of them. And at first I thought, oh, now what do I do? Because it was already up and loaded. Well, I have a little emergency video just for that sort of thing that I can quickly throw onto YouTube that says, today's episode is going to be late. A lot of you saw it. Probably about 100 of you saw it. So that's why it was a little bit late yesterday. For the rest of you, you wouldn't notice because you watch it the next day anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.